What justice requires in this case is pretty clear from watching that video.
And was it murder or self-defense? A deadly road rage case near Jordanelle in September of 2024 cost Patrick Hayes his life.
Prosecutors claim the man who pulled the trigger has a strong self-defense argument, but Hayes' family characterizes that as appalling.
Chief investigative reporter Wendy Holleran has been trying to get some answers as to why from the Wasatch County attorney himself. Wendy?
Well, Mark and Heidi, Wasatch County Attorney Scott Sweat never responded to my request for an interview to discuss why he believes they cannot disprove Greg DeBoer acted in self-defense. Instead, he is defending his decision not to file homicide charges against DeBoer in a statement citing fear of the possible misuse of prosecutorial discretion. Hayes' family and others vehemently disagree and want justice. September 2024, a road rage incident ends in a killing. It started a saga that now, more than a year later.
So do you waive a reading of the charge?
We do.
So I'll enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. DeBoer on the sole count in the information.
Leaving Greg DeBoer charged with a single count of obstruction of justice, accused of burying the gun used to shoot Pat Hayes in his backyard.
There's a lot of information out there that this is a murder. Legally, it is not a murder because it has not been charged as a murder.
Wasatch County Attorney Scott Sweat's decision not to charge DeBoer with a homicide-related charge has led to outrage.
What is the million-dollar question in this case?
Why won't they let a jury decide this case? There's a video of the homicide.
This is the video.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You want to get out? Come on, boy. Come on. Come on. What's wrong? What's wrong? Come on. Come on, you little. Ow! 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 Ow!
Greg DeBoer sped off and did not say anything to law enforcement about the shooting. Sue Ann Kern is Patrick's fiance.
Our case has been mishandled and it needs to be looked at again.
Jean Hayes, Pat's sister-in-law, says the Wasatch County attorney told them
that they had a lot of icing, but they didn't have any cake. And I think we all looked at each other and were in complete disbelief. And to be treated that way was unforgivable.
I asked Wasatch County Attorney Scott Sweat and Deputy County Attorney McKay King, who is prosecuting DeBoer on the obstruction charge, for an on-camera interview. I did not receive a response. Instead, the communications director for the Wasatch County Manager's Office sent me this statement. It lays out the reasons they say it would be inappropriate to file homicide charges in this case. Hayes struck DeBoer's vehicle with a baton and struck the passenger side window. DeBoer claimed he was afraid Hayes would break the window, so he rolled down the window. DeBoer claimed he was concerned with getting his head beat with a pipe. He fired his gun. The evidence supports Hayes was leaning forward and supports DeBoer's statements that Hayes was positioned in an aggressive stance close to the open passenger window. They do not believe the evidence can disprove the assertion of self-defense. DeBoer, supposedly concerned Hayes might break his window, rolls it down and then shoots him. Hayes' family questions if he was afraid, why not just reverse and leave?
He admitted that he followed Patrick so that he could confront him about his driving.
There is no mention of Hayes attempting to enter DeBoer's vehicle. Unanswered questions the family's civil attorney Jim Bradshaw says could have been explored during a trial.
I, for the life of me, don't understand why they won't file that charge and let a jury decide the issue.
The county attorney's self-defense argument talks about not deliberately provoking someone into attacking. DeBoer stated he continued to follow Hayes, even going past the exit to his own home because he wanted to confront him about his driving.
Patrick was forced, into the situation by him. He could have turned off and gone home.
The statement says the person claiming self-defense cannot have engaged in criminal conduct at the time. Yet DeBoer admits both he and Hayes were driving aggressively. Bradshaw says the county attorney's claims of self-defense don't align with Utah law and that DeBoer was the instigator.
Why do they feel the need to protect Mr. DeBoer but free to be abusive toward the family of the victim, Pat Hayes?
Erin Hayes, Pat's niece.
Justice needs to be served. He did something scary and incredibly wrong, and he took someone very important from all of us. And it doesn't make any sense.
The Wasatch County Attorney's statement said they discussed the case and its reasoning with several other prosecutors in the state from 2 different prosecution offices who agreed with their analysis. They have yet to identify who those prosecutors are. It's important to note that the county attorney Scott Sweat's statement does acknowledge if further evidence surfaces, which they believe is unlikely, it can be revisited. Hayes' family is now calling for an independent review. DeBoer is due back in court in January. Mark and Heidi,